Sawubona mbukeli wethu esimthanda kakhulu. Phela wena sikuthanda ukubhubha, wena khasimende lethu. Ingakho nje ke sihlale sithi forever wena. Omunye ke mbukeli wayebuza isithandwa sakhe ukuthi baby hey ulale kanjani? Laphendula ke isoka lathawu. Angibonanga ukuthi ngilale kanjani, angithi bengicebezile. Hey akudlala kule department. Abantu babe neyinhliziyo ezincane bakwethu. Fundela uma patient. Igama lami nguNoxolwa kwaMwala uMatshinga. Ihlaba ngale limhlophe qwa. Intokazi yale ondini ngasesishaya umthetho sesifundazwe esidala. Sibonga kakhulu mbukeli ukuthi sihlanganyele kanye nawe la ekhaya jikelele ngehora lethu lesibili.
Ngenene ngenyaniso siyabulela mbukeli inxaso yakho engagunqiyo. It means a lot to us. Kanti ke mbukeli ngokusingena kwi-yure yethu yesibini yenkqubo ngaphambi kokuba ke sihlabele mgama nangamanqaku ebesinawe kwi-yure yethu yokuqala. Inkulumbuso ke yephondo leMpuma Koloni uOscar Mabuyane uthi unethemba lokuba abafundi bebanga leshumi abathe baphumelela kweli phondo bafikelele kuma-80% ekhulwini. Siyesanalo ke mbukeli udliwano ndlebe malunga nemiqulu yezithembiso zonyulo nolunye ke udliwano ndlebe besinalo notyelelo lwe-DA kwi-ofisi ze-NSFAS bezibanjelwe pha eNtshona Koloni. Kusekuninzi ke nesikuphathele kona kule iyure esingena kuyo. Ngixelela kaloku isimo sezulu ezopolitiko sinalo ke nedliwano ndlebe sabanalawo ekambeni kwexesha. Qiniseka nje wena awujijiti iqhosha kwaye ke awuqhwanyazi. Dubule ke unonkanyezi inkanyezi enomsantsa phakathi kwezinye umadlongothi mazipho mamshukuma umazondwa ngezinto zakhe. Mbukeli masijonge eziphala phambili kule yure esingena kuyo. Umkhweli qinisekisa umgangatho wemfunde umaluse ukufumile ukukhutshwa kweziphumo zemviwo esatifikethi se-matric zikazwelonke ngo-2023 kuwo omabini amaqumrhu emfundo abucala nakarhulumente.
Iyaqhubeka imizamo yokuthola abantu abane okusola ukuthi bamuke nezikhukhula ngesikhathi kuhlasela imvula enamandla esifundazweni KwaZulu-Natal ngempela sonto. Kushone abayishumi nomuvo esifundazweni ngenxa yalezi zikhukhula.
Iqhubekile imizamo yokuthungatha isidumbu somlisa oneminyaka engama-23 ubudala owamuka ngesikhathi ezama ukwela umfula eVerulem ngomgqibelo kusihlwa. Umndeni kalungisana eNxobeni awugculisekile ngendlela olusingethwe ngayo uhlelo lokuthungatha izidumbu.
I'm not happy about the way they handle our case, because I cannot say my case because it's not me alone and other people, you know. I ended up so their work this morning after I confronted one of their big men.
Kusenjalo ithimba labatakuli liphinde lathungatha izithandani ezimuke nomfula wasothongathi ngomgqibelo kanti ke abangani nezihlobo abakwazanga ukuzibamba. Labo ke abakhahlanyezwe yizikhukhula sebeqalile ukubala umonakalo.
I lost everything, food, appliances, furniture, everything, even clothing. So, yeah, in fact, it used to happen, but not like it happened now, whereby someone loses life.
uMasipala weTheku uphezu kwemizamo yokubuyisela izinsiza emphakathini.
Our teams are hard at work on the ground just to conduct those assessments, but also restoring services to our people so that their lives will come back to normalcy.
uMasipala uthi bazobe beqaphe ngesolokhozi kuleli sonto njengoba kulindeleke ukuthi liqhubeke nokuyidliva.
Inkulumbuso yephondo leMpuma Koloni uOscar Mabuyane uthi unethemba lokuba abafundi bebanga leshumi abaza kuphumelela kweli phondo bafikelele kuma-80% ekhulwini.
Abafundi bebanga leshumi kunyaka u-2022 baphumelela ngo-77.2%. Oku kwabeka iphondo kwindawo yesihlanu xa kuthelekiswa namanye. Iphondo lithi iziphumo zalo azinayo kubuyela emva.
Anthandabuza uminister simlindele ngomdlakazi omkhulu ngolwesine besithe eyethu itarget ngu-80% sisitsho kobe sikhuphe results. Nangoku ndiqinisekile ngeke sibuye ngaphansi kuka-80% ngenxa yomsebenzi esiwenzileyo, kodwa sawulindela uminister atsho achaze, kodwa sinelo thembakazi elikhulu uba umsebenzi omhle siwenzile.
Ukanti isikolo iUlwazi sithe gqolo ukuphumelela emagqabini kwibanga leshumi susela iminyaka yelishumi eyadlulayo. Kunjalo nje sele iqalile inkqubo yokufundisa kwesisikolo.
Si-management nesikolo siqiniseke into yoba masiqale kuse-early kuba iintsuku zale term zincinci kakhulu. Uqiniseke into yobana isyllabus yayigqiba ngoJuni, abantwana babe ready ngo-October, November examination.
Iphondo likwathi zonke izixhobo zokufundisa zobe sezisiwe kuzo zonke izikolo phambi kokuba zivulwe izikolo ngoLwesithathu. Abongile Yangiso kwiindaba ze-SABC eMdantsane.
Isikhungo esibhekele ubuqotho beyivivinyo ikaMatukuletsheni uMalusi sesimemezela ukuthi ingakhishwa imiphumela kaMatukuletsheni yangonyaka odlule ezikoleni kahulumeni neziyimele. uMalusi uthi awekho amaphepha aputshukile kodwa kukhona ukukhathazeka okukhonyana.
No papers were leaked in these examinations.
Bangaphezulu kwa-1.1 million abafundi ababhale izivivinyo zikaMatukuletsheni nyaka nye. Izitifiketi zomgunyathi abakopelayo okunye okube izinkinga. Kube nokukhathazeka ngamaphutha emaphepheni amaningi nokube nomthelela kumamaki abafundi.
Umalusi is seriously concerned about the group copying cases that have been detected by the DBE in 2023, which involves 945 national senior certificate candidates. These cases are not yet resolved because the numbers are still being verified.
Usihlalo walesikhungo uSolwazi yanosiphalim umemezele ukuthi imphumela isingakhishwa.
The examinations were administered largely in accordance with the regulations pertaining to the conduct, administration and management of the National Senior Certificate examinations. The irregularities identified during the writing and marking of the examinations were not systemic and therefore did not compromise the overall credibility and integrity of the November 2023 National Senior Certificate examinations.
Umnyango wemfundo yesisekelo uthi lokhu kucaba indlela yawo yokukhipha imiphumela.
On Friday, candidates will be able to collect their statements of results from the center where they sat for the examinations. But the minister on Thursday evening will announce the pass rate for the nation and of course for the provinces.
Bashayelwe ihlombeke bonke ababambe iqhaza kulolu hlelo.
Kwabanye abazali babafundi kusenzima ke ukufumana indawo zokufunda zabantwana babo kulonyaka kwaye ke bakhethe ukuhlanganisa ngaphandle kweofisi yesebe lezemfundo ePietersburg ePolokwane.
Abazali bakhethe ukuzifikela bona amathupha ehhovisi lomnyango wezemfundo ngenxa yokuthi izingane zabo azikatholi izikhala ezikoleni yize izikole zivulwa ngoLwesithathu.
The officials here have been giving us a little bit of mixed information. We are concerned. Since I arrived this morning, I wanted to appeal my child's application where I applied for him last year in a school near our residential area, but unfortunately we never even received a regret letter. We didn't receive any information from the department or from the school.
Kuchithwe izicelo ezingaphezulu kwezinkulungwane ezimbili ke phabazali bengakwazi ukusidlulisa isinqumo somnyango.
This process started in May, and our main concern was grade R1 and 8, where we received 9,700 applications, and I can confirm to you that 6,700 were accepted in the schools. We declined about 2,800 because of falsified documents, fraudulent documents, people giving us the proof of address that is handwritten, people who are not residing in Polokwane in the city.
Kusenjalo ihhovisi laseliphalale kanye naseTzanini ahlangabezana nenselele efanayo.
Inkantolo yamantshi yaseMolopo yamaHikeng esifundazweni iNorth West izokwethula isinqumo ngoLwesihlanu esicelweni sebhayili sika-Agnes Sithwanso nosolwa ngokubulala umshana wakhe ukuze ahlomule emalini yomshwalense.
U-Agnes Sithwanso ubhekene necala lokubulala hamabili okukhwabanisa kanye nokuphikisana nengalo yomthetho kubikwa ukuthi kusukele boshiwe ezinyangeni ezimbili ubelokhu efuna njalo ukukhululwa ngebhayili kodwa umbuso uthi akufanele anikezwe ibhayili njengoba yingozi emndenini wakhe kanye nasemphakathini.
Your Worship, the investigating officer testified before this court and he indicated the list of people insured by this accused were they are not even aware of that insurance, of those life insurance. And few of them, Your Worship, as we indicated, are our witnesses who are going to testify, and she knows them very well.
U-Advocate Chinyane uphinde wadalula ukuthi kungahle kuphazamiseke ukuqulwa kwecala ngendlela yingozi ngayo uSitshwantsho.
Your Worship, I did not hear this court just confirming from Mr. Mahlangu or the applicant as to, okay, you have relatives in Botswana. Where in Botswana? If this court releases you on bail and then it happens that you go to Botswana, we must go and look for you at which address in Botswana.
Noma kunjalo ummeli wakhe usichithile isethulo sombuso wathi ikhasimende lakhe ngeke liyephule imithetho yemingcele yakuleli uma ngabe linikezwe ibhayili.
When we speak about these passports and that we're going to hand over our passports, the state is likely to make a submission that our borders are porous, so we should not rely on the fact that we won't have a passport. We're not saying that our borders were porous. We're merely saying that the state is going to allege that our borders are porous, Your Worship.
Umbuso uthi uzimisele ngokudlulisela ukuqulwa kwaleli icala enkantolo ephakeme yaseNorthwest kulonyaka.
I-Action SA ibhengeze igama likaGqirha uNasiphi Moya njengoyena abafuna into yokwangenelela isikhundla sikasekela dolophu eTshwane. Eliqala ke lithi ukuvula kwesisikhundla kwibhunga lenzelwa uqinisekisa uzinzo kulawulo.
Ukubusa ngokubambisana kwaseTshwane kube nezingxushunxushu seloko kwaqala ngo-2021. Ungaboni ngasolinye kwezombusazwe kuchaphazele indlela ekhanjiswa ngayo izidingo emphakathini. Nokho i-Action SA ithi lesi sikhundla esisha sephini likameya sizoqinisekisa ukuthi amaqembu agxila kulokho okumele agxile kukho. Futhi ikholwa ukuthi uDokotela Nasiphi Moya ngumuntu owulungele lo msebenzi.
By providing strong leadership and coordination as the executive, we can deliver infrastructure projects to meet the needs of our residents and contribute to the economic growth of our city. The second responsibility is that of overseeing service delivery at a regional level. It is essential that services are efficiently delivered to all regions of Tshwane.
Umoya ngaphambilini usebenze njengesikhulu sezisebenzi ehhovisi lemeya kanye nomqondisi.
Tshwane needs a deputy executive mayor who knows what the challenges are and has the delegations to get in there and work alongside the mayor to address those challenges.
Umkhandlu waseTshwane uzoba nomhlangano ngoLwesine ukuze kuqale uhlelo lokukhetha iphini lemeya.
Siphinde ke sikwamkele mbukeli lapha ekhaya Jikelele sibonga kakhulu ngokuthi ke nihlanganyele kanye nathi lapha. Siphinde futhi ke mbukeli sikukhumbuza ukuthi phela siyatholakala lapha ku SABC Plus. Into nje ufune kuyenza wena mbukeli ukuthi ke udownload i-app uzobe ususithola. Uma udownload ke mbukeli lapha na ke ku-app ye-SABC Plus akhona ke ama-channel la SABC akhona u-SABC 1 2 3 mase uthi lapha phansi khona ku-SABC lihaye kulapha ke ozothola khona ke i-Ekhaya Jikelele. Yithi sodwa ke lapha eNingizimu Afrika ke sikuphathele uhlelo lesisekuseni olusakaza ngesinguni. Kanti ke njengamanje ake sibheke ezemidlalo. Umqeqeshi wabafana Hugo Bruce uthi iqembu lakhe selikulungela ukubhekana nemali emidlalweni wayo wokuqala umqhudelwano iAfcon eIvory Coast.
Bafana nethemba lokuthi izoyiguqisa kokuqala nqa imali emqhudelwaneni. Iqembu lakuleli layehlula kanye vo imali komngano usePort Elizabeth ngo-2019. Iqembu laseNtshonalanga nezwekazi Afrika seliyehlule kabili iNingizimu Afrika emidlalweni yama-quarterfinal emqhudelwaneni we-Africa Cup of Nations. Kusenjalo imali izogijima kulo mqhudelwano ihlandla le-13 kanti ayikazi yehlule emidlalweni wayo wokuvula kulo mqhudelwano.
I think everybody is happy that we are one day before the game. You know, there's always a preparation, but you're looking forward to play. So we are aware that we have a tough opponent with Mali. At the other side, we believe in our chances, and I hope that we can achieve our best level.
Iphini likakapteni uPesita uthi abadlali sebesijwayele isimo sendawo abakuyo igoroho.
I think we've handled that pretty well. I mean, most of the squad is now used to traveling and playing outside the country. So it's those that are in South Africa, they don't know what we are going through. I think we've handled everything quite well. And then we are looking forward to the games. The pitch is great.
Umdlalo wesibili welakuleli izobhekana nomakhelwane Namibia ngesonto bese kuthi ngolwesithathu esontweni elizayo likatulisane neTunisia.
Sikamkele mbukeli lapha ekhaya Jikelele sibonga kakhulu ukuthi ke uhlanganyele kanye nathi lumnandi uhlelo lwethu sikuphathele indaba ezahlukahlukene sike sakhuluma lapha namayelana nodaba lomalusi khona saphela sesiyazi ukuthi nje selisemomo ukuthi nje kuphume imphumela kaMatikletsheni so umalusi ke wenze isimemezelo lapha eshuthi cha hayi konke kuhambe kahle kuyajabulisa nje nokuthi ke kulonyaka akuzwakalanga indaba zokuthi kunamaphepha aputshukile because kweminye iminyaka besinokuzwa lokho bese siyayibuza ukuthi hawu aputshwa kanjani amaphepha kusho ukuthi kunabantu abakwazi ukwakhipha ngiyabona ukuthi lokho sose ku-unfair ezinye ingane seyibhala namaphepha ezinye ibhala zinganawo
injalo kanye kwaye ke nenkulumbuso yapha kwiphondo laseMpuma Koloni uOscar Muboyane naye unethemba lokuba iziphumo zephondo laseMpuma Koloni zingathi ke zikhule kulonyaka uyawuqonda ukukhumbula into yokubana kuminyaka kuthi mhlambe xa kubalwa phana iphondo laseMpuma Koloni ulibone lisezantsi kulonyaka ke isebe lezemfundo kwelaphondo belizama uqinisekisa into yobana abafundi bayakwazi into yobana bafunde baphumelele siyathemba ke into yokubana lo minqweno iyawuthi ifezekiseke phakathi ke kwezinye izinto ezibalulekileyo wena mamtshali ngumba wokuba abafundi bangabine qinzelelo ndiyaqiniseka into yokubana apha enkqubeni ekhaya Jikelele besiba nabudliwane ne-psychologist zisithi into yobana umfundi angaziprepara njani ngokwesimo sengqondo xa ezawufumana iziphumo zakhe so ke siyabafisela okuhle wethu bamtshali noba mhlawumbi i-results zithini umuntu angake alinge acinge ngento yobana athi uyazibulala
usakhuluma nangakho ukubulala lubuhlungu nodaba lokubulawa komfana ebulawela iy'mali zomshwalensi yakhumbula udaba lika Rosemary sekubukeka sengazuthi sekuyinto nje ke esijwayelekile ukuthi abantu bazothatha khona wena ukhona mhlawumbe umuntu wakwathi awunginike i-birth certificate yakho noma i-ID yakho ngifuna ukufaka ngifuna ukukhava
hayi ngelishwa okanye ngethamsanqa ngaphandle kwefamily yami that is umama usisi wami ubhuti wami umuntu mhlawumbe ongaphandle akekho but zizinto ezixhapheke kakhulu and xa uthi uyajonga ingathi zenziwa ngamanina sentsho sijonga ke kwezi cases esezabe kanti ziyachaphaka zenziwa ngamanina kanti inkundla kaMantyi yapha eMolopo eMahikeng nayo mhlawumbe isephakathi kwezicwangciso zokuthabatha isigqibo ingaba mhlawumbe lo olinina othe wabe kanti wenze lento uza kuyifumana ibhayili kusini na.
Uma kwezinye izikhathi Kholosa yazi ukuthola ukuthi umuntu ibhayili noma ethi uyayifuna uyayidinga bonke umuntu uyafuna ukukhululeke kodwa abanye babe nokuyicabangela ukuthi mangingaphuma umphakathi ngoba phela umphakathi aweneme neze ngalesenzo kuze abanye baze baphephile bengaphakathi kunokuthi babe ngaphandle okuyinto esingayigqugquzeli naso lapha ekhaya jikelele ukuthi abantu umphakathi uyithathele umthetho ezandleni zawo kodwa nje kubhlungu kakhulu
kubhlungu
imali impande yesono izulu sisho njalo
ngenene kwaye ke ngiyena qhamuka nenye iarticle apho ke kucetyiswa abantu lobana ubangaba mhlambe urhanela into okubana kukhona umuntu othe wathatha icover ngobomi bakho nalapho uqonda ba lukhona unyawo lwemfene kuthiwa uyakwazi lobana wenze icontact with the insurer uqinisekise oko ungaveli nje mhlambe uthule uthi hayi mhlambe kutheni uyakwazi into bana uqhagamshelane neinsurer uqiniseke oko kwaye ke kuthiwa uyakwazi into ba mhlambe ucontacte ubangaba mhlambe unayo ifinancial advisor umbuzo into bana hayibo kwenzeka ntoni igama la mhlambe without i-concern yami uyakwazi ukuzicima ezo zinto ezo
bese singaqhamuka sengikwazi ukuthi hayi Kholosa ngiyicishile kule yakha vongavenga
hayi thula
ngonzakalisa
uzabusazela phi kaloku sentsho I think nje kuqinisekisa into bana azenzeke ezo zinto and ke baye bathi into bana enye yezinto ezibangela into kubana abantu bakwazi ukuphumelela kukuba ke xa ngaba mhlawumbe uyikhuphile uyayifumana lo mali within few hours akudingeki mhlawumbe into bana izoba iprocess ende kuthiwa lo mali uyifumana within few hours as long as umuntu umclaimile wathi nanku uzixhaphakile wethu ezinye izinto ingakumbi pha emakhaya uzamva umuntu mhlawumbe ufumanisa into bana ngumyeni wakhe okanye ngumfazi wakhe athi hayi okusalayo i-insurance ingakumbi xa ubona into bana abantu abasavani ncam siphume ezo ntetha zokuba hayi i-insurance
ngempela singathi abantu bangabuyelwa wonembeza bakithi ke siphilisane nje singabantu emhlabeni kaThixo asiqunje ke into lombukeli siyabuyela ekhaya jikelele.
Enkosi kakhulu ngokuhlala nathi usasibukele apha ekhaya jikelele. Ukuba ke usemehlweni oluntu kudla ke ngokuza nemingeni emininzi kunye ke nemiba equka indlela yokuziphatha kunye ke nendlela obhala ngayo kumakhasi onxibelelwano. Kwisiganeko ke samvanje kukho ke usaziwayo othe wabhala kumakhasi onxibelelwano ehlomla ngendlela ekufanele sisebenze ngayo isintu xa umuntu ke owasetyhini eyokwenda. Uye wathi ke kumele abashiye kokwabo abantwana bakhe. Namhlanje ke sisise umuntu onolwazi kakhulu ngendlela abantu abadumileyo nabantu ke abasemehlweni akwabantu ekufunele kubana baziphathe ngayo. Igama lakhe nguye uSimphiwe Majola. Fabulous. Molo.
Morning, my darling. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you doing?
Great. Happy New Year. Abantu nasemakhaya.
Compliments.
Same to you.
Thank you so much ba uze apha ekhaya jikelele. Futhi ke ngiyayithanda kakhulu into okubana simeme umuntu okuwelicandelo le brand. Ndiyafuna into okubana uke usicazisele ngaphambi kokuba singene nzulu into okubana xa sithetha ngokuba umuntu oyibrand sithetha ngomuntu onjani and zeziphi mhlambe indlela ekumele ba uyazijonga nangendlela umele ba usiphatha ngayo.
So i-brand masi analyze ukuthi yini i-brand. I-brand it's an emotion abantu abayicingayo abayicabangayo mabecinga ngawe. We understand. So kubalekile ukuthi ilokho njani abantu mabe whatever abantu abayicabanga ngayo is it good or bad. So kubalekile ukuthi whatever oyenzayo it's always good ukuthi u-enhance i-brand yakho in a good way.
Yeah.
Coming back to isiganeko leso wothetha ngaso earlier, for instance, where if you're a celebrity or an influencer, you influence public perception about people, about yourself. So whatever you say is very important. Ucho izinto ezawakha ezawu-inspire ezawu-motivate. That's what I always say ukuthi i-social media yakho inkundla zokuxhumana wenza sure ukuthi uzisebenzisela ukuthi u-inspire, u-motivate and u-enhance. So lo futhi ubothetha ngaye ilokho njani it was very sad ngoba ubethetha ngezinto ezi-affecta ezi-affecta i-sexism, ucwasana ngokubala ubulili nangobuhlanga, I mean azikho right lezo zinto, they're very, very sensitive.
Yes, and speaking of, I mean, being sensitive, I mean, you speak about ukuthi if you are a brand, that means that you have a power of influence abantu. Njengosimphiwe bangaba mhlawumbe uposta into ethile, meaning that since ndingumlandeli wakho, ndizawuthi you, uSimphiwe bepha, nami bendibepha. And we know that a lot of influencers, or maybe just social media in general, people get carried away by emotions or noba intoni na. Ndiyafuna uqonda into yobana, okay, what takes intoni mhlawumbe ezakuthabatha into yobana ube a successful brand, that is meaning into yobana you are cautious with what you post on social media. Does having mhlambe umuntu ozakumanager akuxelele, does it help?
Yes, so in most cases, more especially for someone who's in the public eye or someone who's an influencer, it's always good ukuba ube nomuntu ozawumanage into oyipostayo, into oyitshoyo ebantwini neplan. So initially I thought yabona thina sesithi no publicity is bad publicity, depending on how you spin it. So if I always say if I'm in it, I'm in it to win it. If I have to lose, you must lose nothing. However, in a situation like this, at some point I thought perhaps there's some publicity stunt, or perhaps the talent or the person in Estetangai, kuna something that he's working on, we call it a publicity stunt. Kuna stunt inyana asithizo ufuna create some negative talkability, so that azokwazi indlela nakhona kuyi-manager, so that azokwazi ukurelease something. So again, because negative publicity also creates awareness, but could depend ukuba uzokwazi na kuyi-manager. And again, mauna something ekanje, it's always good to manage very fast ngoba izinto zingathi get out of hand very quickly. And unfortunately for yena, usebenza unama awards manager abantu besifazane, amasebenza women awards.
Yes, we once had an interview naye malunga nalonto.
Yes, so if owner co-owner ama awards anjalo, and then you make such a statement which is very misogynistic, we understand, and ibonisa hate towards women, it's uncalled for. So now it creates even a bad relationship even for ama awards, because bamsupporta njani abantu omama. If this is what he turns around and he says, you know. So it's for him, it was incredibly critical. Wherever also a manager, I show ilona a manager, even the content, what you say, when you say it, how you say it.
Yes.
There's always a plan. You have to have a content plan. What are you saying? Because unfortunately, I'm a personal branding, I'm manicured to avoid such, because manje, this is a catastrophe for a brand yak.
Yes.
And a business. It could definitely kill the business.
Yeah, and we've seen many of our celebrities, you know, just recently, even Nongizwe, we are wateta in the public, wachapazela umba, where racism, you know, Sevindobana brand, Yemoto had to pull out. And we've seen a lot with many celebrities, Ufumana Sindobana mhlambe, umtu ifu kakaleke, kulo ngubaka ka apo etete, amazwatile kumakaso onxibelelwano, brands pull out. Ndifuna uqonda intobana mhlambe, how long will it take for you as an artist, Ozifumana kulo ngxaki, to sort of rebuild your brand and sort of also gain loyalty again, ukwazi into yobana kube khona these endorsement deals?
Look, it depends about because it can be done. We've got what we call rebranding. So you can only rebrand if whatever rebranding again only occurs when whatever that you did is reversible. So kunendlela ongazenza ukuba maybe uzawuxolisa just to show remorse. There's nama reputational specialists can also kick in, jump in to sort of clear that and clean it, to clean brand yaki, so that our followers are able to love him again and fall in love with him again. Because unfortunately, our brands as our dropper, because the moment the people are complaining, they cannot lose business because of one person. We understand, and even when you signed his contracts for my endorsements, there is economy clause. Should you be involved in any controversy, brands will pull out. So you're doing it at your own risk.
Hey, but let's talk about, the cancel culture. It seems to be very much prevalent up in Mzansi Africa, where we see our celebrities once kuqhamuke into ngomuntu othile. It's like kuvulwa a toxic space where umntu angathetha nantoni na, and it's like yonke into iferifywa online. Remember Ukatleho waba involved with GBV allegations. Abantu bamthuka bamtyabeka amagama, brands pulled out. I mean, he even lost umsebenzi wakhe. Years later kuyafunyaniswa into yobana umsulwa. I mean, is really cancel culture really fair when it comes to into yobana atyabeka abantu ngamabala? Where should we draw the line?
Unfortunately, sinelo kunjani ngiyibabizeni where it caught off the social media, not the...
Yes, not the court, it's like...
Correct. Yet again, again, there's ways and means to manage the situation. Again, it becomes difficult if you do not have a team as a reputational specialists to deal with situation in but if we want, you're not a specialist. Was no pegana nezinto ezinjengalezo, hence sinabameli ama-lawyers ukuthi mawunenkinga, for instance mawuneqala awuzirepresent wena ngoba obviously ngeke uthethe objectively and you won't be able to deal with it ngoba wena udila ngayo ngenhliziyo. Whereas if you bring in someone who's a specialist udila nayo objectively and calmly ngoba yena bafocus akaphethwanga inhliziyo ebuhlungu ukuthi manje ndifisa kanjani la situation. But unfortunately izinto ezikanjalo izinto ezenzekayo but ziyakhona uyakhona kuyi-manager, hence wazile naye ukuthi athi spring back to ilokhunjani where he was.
What's even said that, okay, in as much as mhlambe uzoba nabo abameli or is specialist, you know, it's not something that's gonna happen overnight because mhlambe kuzawulinda ixesha elithile. That's why bazothi innocent until proven guilty, meaning that ngela xesha uzawube mhlambe ususpendwe emsebenzini like ithatha iminyaka. That's what is even said. So ndiyafuna uqonda into yobana kuthi bantu who are consuming social media and following, you know, abantu esibathandayo simaphi apho sibona into yobana no masizikhuze nathi ngoku.
But again, kubalulekile ukuthi when you have such a scandal or a situation happening, we address it immediately. It needs to be addressed with immediate effect. We address ngobunyani, uthethinyani, and if mhlambe there's legal steps that are being followed, guys, we're not at liberty to comment further in Iindaba because there's special platforms to address such a matter. Which in the meantime, it happens. And I mean, I've managed a lot of my clients with situations as injalo, but because sasi manage that cancel culture didn't really happen. Because it needs to be managed. Finally, we manage it so that because now my situation you need to be the one controlling the narrative and not the public opinion. Because the moment we enter Jalo, it will go out of hand, it will, and it's ugly mass.
I mean, you're sharing success stories as a brand manager, manager. And in as much as it's like Sibabona as abantu perfect, at the end of the day, sencho ngabantu nabo banemvakalelo awuzusukumnyathele athi mhlambe enkosi. Mhlambe response yakhe ingangabikho mnandi. Ndiyafuna uqonda into yobana as a brand manager, you know, why is it important that you instill integrity of being emotional, intelligent as mhlambe usaziwayo, uqiniseke into yobana mhlambe in situations you don't react out of emotion but you react out of emotional intelligence. Ndiyafuna into yobana usinabisele into yobana as a brand manager zeziphi mhlambe izinto that you instill kubantu that you manage.
Look, okokuqala nje fanele umchazele ukuthi le umsebenzi akuwo awufani nalo wabanye abantu. Umsebenzi wosebenza ngabantu. Abantu labo yibo abenza show ukuthi mina ngibakhumbuza ukuthi labantu enhlangana nabo ama friends wenu yibo abenza ukuthi sikwazi ukubeka usinkwa etafuleni ngoba the moment be complain ukuba ama cancel culture umsebenzi uphelile. So siyabadinga kunendlela yokuthi umanager noma ungafuni ukuyenza into isikhathi esiningi uthola indlela yokuthi ukwazi uba-tolerate mhlambe uma ungafuni something ungazi ungitshela mhlambe nawe in your case khona manje mhlambe udila ne-makeup artist for instance ngenze example and you don't like makeup ayenzayo unokuthi utshela i-makeup artist wena ngamane usithumela mina i-text I become the villain And then when i-brand akufanele ihlale clean, that's why it's always important to have someone who manages you so they get the bullet for you. When your personal branding always has to be clean, squeaky clean.
Sure. So when basically yabona ke ngoku unikeza nombukeli wethu ingcaciso Tavich into bana you are in between. You are the mediator between your brand, that is lo muntu manager and the public.
Absolutely. Kubalekile kakhulu lokho ukuthi akwazi, and we must understand ukuthi umsebenzi onjani sikuwo and yiwo osilethela ukuthi sikwazi yes imali. Yabo kufanele uthole izindlela ezi-right zokuthi ukwazi ukuyimanage lento. It's very very important. That's why workshops abalekile for ilokho njani i-team osebenzana, more especially now always lokhu khunjuza ukuthi ungakhohlwa.
Yenza kanje.
Correct.
Pearls of wisdom, not just looking fabulous. I mean, speaking of workshops, ndiyafuna into bana mhlambe uxelela ababukeli bethu into bana ufumane kaphi nomnye mhlambe ubona into kubana okay ndingena kwi-space okanye ndifuna ungena kwi-space se-industry baninzi abantu abathi yo I need someone mhlambe ozonimanager, ufumane kaphi?
Ndiyafumaneka phaa ku-Instagram Simphiwe Majola Reloaded, Simphiwe Majola on Facebook, Sims_Majola on Twitter. But before sivala, I always say if ufuna ukungena kule industry ye-entertainment, you need to make sure ukuthi so uyenzile a thorough research about the industry yethu and uyayithanda ngempela, because if you're not passionate about it kunzima. It's not as glamorous as it looks. There's a lot of work, hard work that goes behind umsebenzi wethu, and you have to be a professional about it. Because some people, I mean, I bump into other people also, ndifuna uba TV presenter, ndifuna uba, and it's not about that. There's a lot that goes beyond that.
Yeah.
Abafunda abantu bazimisele bayothanda umsebenzi wabo benze sure ukuthi unana ne team right ezamsiza ukuthi akwazi ukuyihamba le journey. It's not an easy one. And it's a job ngoba uzogcina umunye esefuna nokwenza uthukisa abantu la, the next thing ngathi phela ndingumuntu nami ayisebenzi njalo.
Bakumpompe
bathi you waive all your rights the moment you become a public figure. Unfortunately.
Enkosi kakhulu ngokwabelana nathi apha ekhaya Jikelele. Siyathemba into kubana umbukeli uqoqeke indlebe waqhuqeka namehlo. Enkosi kakhulu. Right, mbukeli we-Ekhaya Jikelele obesithetha naye kaloku nguye uSimphiwe Majola oyi-brand manager. Besibalisela ke mbukeli ngendlela mhlambe onokuthi uba ungena kwicandelo lezolonwaba indlela mhlambe ongathi uziphathe ngayo. Masithi qhwi sibhatala amatyala kodwa ke xa sibuya sabe singena kwiyure yethu yokugqibela yenkqubo ungakunqi.